And welcome to the second episode of Fourth and Neat. Fred Minnick here, and I've got the great Jared Allen. How's it going?
What's up, buddy? Doing well. Can you believe we made it to a second episode?
I know we haven't been canceled yet.
Mind's blown. They didn't cancel us after the first one. Woo.
Everybody, if you are listening, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, tell a friend, and we're just getting this thing going. And as you could tell from the first episode, we're getting way outside of our comfort zone talking about stuff. And I want to start off, going to seeing you. Was it Monday night or Sunday night? It was Sunday night.
Sunday night football, yeah.
Seeing you on Sunday Night Football, riding out on the motorcycle. I mean, not gonna lie, man. I got the feels right there seeing you.
Okay. And see, I thought it was going to be a bit redundant. I'm like, we did the Ring of Honor like 3 years ago. Had the big moment in Canton. I really didn't have anything else to say. I'm like, I'm speeched out at this point, right? But it was cool. So they surprised me as a salute to service. And for those who don't know, my foundation, we build homes for wounded veterans all over the country. Then we give it to them free and clear. And we build them specifically for the needs of that individual. So Joshua Wedge, the guy was the salute to, our salute to service, representation that when they were honoring at the game. I didn't know he was going to be there. We're actually building a house for him in Wisconsin. And so, that was cool because we'd only, spoke on the phone. So they surprised me by having him there. And the motorcycle was significant because it was the salute to service game, right? And Paul Jr. built that motorcycle for my foundation. Goodness, probably like 10 years ago. And I don't really ride. Like that's as much as I ride is straight. That's what I do. 4 legs and 4 wheels. That's my deal.
Were you afraid you were going to topple over at all, or?
There was some concern. I was like, yeah. Then they put some rubber out there. I was like, oh crap. Now they want me to ride up on this rubber flooring or whatever it is. I'm like, you know what? If I dump it, I'm just going to lay there in the fetal position and act like I meant to do it. We did a practice run. It went smooth. And then they're like, oh, by the way, for the real one, no lights. And I was like, let's get it. Because you know what? That's what men do. We adapt and we overcome. That's what anybody should do. Any strong person should do that.
Absolutely.
And that's what we did. We adapted, we overcame, and we crushed it.
Yeah, it was really cool. And to see I don't know if there's any better chants in sports than the skull chant when the whole stadium gets going.
Okay, see, we need to get into this because I will have to admit, and Vikings fans are going to hate me for this, I thought it was the goofiest, lamest thing when they busted it out. Like, it must have been 7-8 years ago when they busted it out. Mm-hmm. When I went back to a game, I think it was like one of the first games at the U.S. Bank Stadium, and everybody doing this. They're like, "Oh, you don't know the skull chant?" I'm like, "What? You want me to stand with my arms in a V and clap over my head?" I'm like, "This is goofy." I'll be honest. I'm a fan.
You were converted.
Now. The NORADs up there in Minnesota, man, they stuck with it. They made it awesome. They do. The opening to the Vikings games might be one of the best. I mean, dude, the video, the freaking like snow in the tunnel. We didn't have all that production when I was there. It was a cool deal. But yeah, the skull chant, I got to admit, I wasn't on board when it first came out. I have been converted.
Well, hey, we're going to get into sports later on, but the opening was probably the best part of that game for the Vikings. Ooh. So,
yeah, it's a good thing we don't spend a lot of time on sports on this show.
Yeah, we're not going to get too much into that. First, we're going to jump.
We
will. We got a special guest coming, most likely.
He texts. I think we're still good.
Well, I think if he had just heard what I said, he may be avoiding us now. But
nah. You know what? You got to take the dubs with the L's too.
That's it.
We'll drag them. Hey, listen, we got so much fun stuff to talk about. I think by the end of this show, people are going to Vikings. What? Who cares? Yeah. Vikings, Falcons. No one cares about that. Let's talk. Let's get into it. Let's just get right into it. I'm excited.
Let's do it. We're starting it off by talking about the Disney Rash. Have you heard about this? You know about this?
I didn't until you prefaced it last show. So then I had to Google, right? You know, I want to be astute about what we are talking about. And I got to be honest, like it's hard for me not to just go all in on this. So for lack of better, I mean, you want to read what the medical term is? Okay. It's basically people that never walk, overweight, obese people get chafed. I mean, they chafe and they get skin infections. I'll mispronounce the medical term for it, but basically your skin cells get infected. And it creates a rash, which then you have to use like antibiotic ointment or something on because it can cause real health issues.
Yeah. And it's actually, it is prevalent in people who are obese, but it's
I should say it's really
not
any
just
chafing. It's really any chafing and people that don't walk that long, or I guess
there's like a vasculitis forms, and
that's the word. Yeah.
And I hit up a dermatologist friend, and I said, "Hey, tell me about it." He's like, "Oh, it's a real boring." Like he likes the like fancy skin things. He's like, "Oh, that's super boring."
Yeah, I have a dermatologist buddy down in Florida. I mean, sure, he's treating this on the regular.
Oh, that's probably like a.
I'm like, but why can't we call it what it is? Chafing.
I just think that it happens so much at Disney. Disney likes to brand stuff, right? So they're like,
certain things I don't want to brand. I don't want to brand like Disney lice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to brand certain things. Certain things just need to go away. It's kind of, I got to be honest. Like when you use the term rash, I instantly go gross. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, like a rash.
So, that's got to be.
Like, we're not going to Disney. Did you guys disinfect these rides? That's the other thing. Is this contagious via like if the sweat glands of somebody with Disney rash secretes, sweat passing through the infected areas onto a ride, and then you sit on that ride, can you then contract, what is it, vasculitis?
Yeah, I mean,
I got questions because if it's like a bacterial infection, is it transmissible?
So here's the question.
Does it turn to staph? What if it turns into staph infection?
Yes, MRSA, something like that.
I feel like nasty. And it's most likely probably in some of the awkward areas on the body, right?
And the crotchals.
Yeah, you're definitely getting some thigh rubbage. You know what I mean? Or I bet in the pits. Yeah. Just with the constant walking. I mean, we were at Disney. I mean, we probably did 20, 25,000 steps a day. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest. I got no Disney rash though. No rash.
Most of the photos I saw were like in the ankles and the calf area.
Ankles, but what's rubbing on your ankles and calf?
I guess you just have your socks, right? So there's there's like a friction going on there, but it's all
with the jeans or something, I guess.
But it's more than just like the friction. Like the vessels are like
it's the expansion of the vessels.
Yeah,
okay,
that's part of it, and they get super
it's not
sore.
It's not just the chafing. It's the skin, the surface, the topical irritation is a real thing. But then there's actually a thing where people are moving more than they actually know, and their body is reacting, and their blood vessels aren't being able to sustain the amount of oxygen and blood being pumped through there.
That's it.
Am I correct in saying that?
And the key here is hydration, right? So
the other thing,
when I was in the Army, like if you were sore or anything, the doctors or the drill sergeants or the lieutenant colonels, whoever you went to see, like you or whatever, they would just say drink water. Like, so
kind of a cure-all. Water is a cure-all. It really does. I think if everybody stayed properly hydrated, we could drop diseases by like 12%.
Absolutely.
And do not quote me, people. Understand satire. But
by the way,
seriously, drink your water. I'm not a doctor.
We are not. Don't ever take our advice, pretty much on anything outside of like bourbon or sports.
All food. I got
food.
I could touch some food stuff too, but no, but water. That is a serious thing. You want to know a funny thing? One of the so college, as you heard in my Hall of Fame speech, I dropped out twice. But one of the classes I had a presentation, my marketing classes, I had to advertise for water. We had to put together a marketing plan around water. You know what my slogan was?
What's that?
Drink water or die.
That's great.
Just to the point, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm telling you, people. Drink water or you're going to die. Water is important. Water is very important. Put down the sodas. Put down the sugary drinks. Good old-fashioned H2O is a cure-all.
Okay, so we kind of talked about. You brought up a little bit of the food side of things. We've got a celebrity chef out there, a renowned chef, that had became a bank robber.
Well, is he infamous now? Now he's an infamous chef?
Yeah, now he's an infamous chef in San Francisco. Valentino Luchin, 62 years old, the former chef at the famous Italian restaurant Rose Pistola, basically on September 10th went to several banks, went up to the teller, and on a handwritten note, passed the note over and said, give me your money. And that was he wasn't wearing a mask. He had like a fake BB gun
I thought he did have a mask.
He had a mask. I was meant to say he didn't have like a real gun. He had like a fake BB gun, and he's going up to these places and robbing them by just sliding a note across the teller.
Well, the best part is like, first of all, it's like hardworking restaurateur, been, critically acclaimed chef. And the first thing that popped in your mind when your restaurant fails is, man, I need to rob a bank, right? So first off, clearly, status quo of thinking is not at just like the baseline of standard normal human civilization, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then the thought that like, oh, no, it's cool. It's a fake BB gun, or it's just a BB gun. It's not a real gun. The intent was to scare people into thinking it was a real gun,
and here's
that methodology's out the window too. I just love how it's like, how much evidence. I'm going to rob a bank. Most people, well, if I watch a movie, like first, if I'm robbing a bank, I'm thinking, how do I get away with it, right? How can I accomplish this without going to prison? Because that is, I'm obviously at the end of my rope. So maybe prison was what he wanted. He needed 3 cots and a hot. I don't know, or 3 hots and a cot. I flipped that. Must be dyslexic. But he's like, how much evidence can I give you? Right. I'm going to give you a handwritten note. So now they have a handwriting sample. He probably wasn't wearing gloves when he wrote that note. So he's probably got fingerprints all over the gloves. And then I'm going to use a fake gun. So I don't know. There's just mounds of evidence against them. And then if I get caught, I'm just going to admit to it.
And then here's his statement. He actually issued a statement to the press. And this is what he said. He said, "I thought it was a good plan, but it was not."
Can we start with that? Hold up. And then this is the state we're at in this world, where criminals get to release statements to the press. Hold up, officer, before I go. I need to text my publicist and release a statement. I gotta let my employees know I'm not gonna be at work on Tuesday for prep.
And then he said, my action wasn't aggressive. It was a fake gun. I don't even know how to load a real gun.
Your action wasn't aggressive. You forcefully made people give you money by scaring them into thinking you were going to shoot them. Unless the gun had the orange tip on it, everybody thought it was real.
I don't know. I feel like San Francisco, they would still think that was real.
Yeah, it could be. They'd be like, whoa, freaking out over there. I'll be honest. I just San Francisco, I just assumed they'd have to give you the money if you asked for it. You want some money? There you go. Have it at it.
Yeah, that's true, actually. You just get on one of their, because that is a very, very much homeless friendly state or area.
Homeless friendly. I mean, yeah, they had, even when I was young, so I grew up in the Bay Area, right? Or just south there in San Jose area, Los Gatos. Well, I only went to Morgan Hill, really. Los Gatos my senior year. But they had just started, when I was in high school, they just started the clean needle program. They were like, instead of giving people, treatment and trying to get them off of drugs, let's just give them accessibility to free clean needles so we can do more drugs. Didn't work out well for them. That program didn't span out. So my point is, though, if you're going to give free needles, why wouldn't you just give a couple bucks out? Yeah, I think that's where he went wrong. If he would have just given the note, he probably wouldn't be in jail right now.
He probably is. He probably was not as I don't know. Not as
smart.
Desperate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Handwritten notes, BB guns, you're pretty desperate. You went from being a renowned chef to robbery. I mean, I feel like there's like 15 different steps you go before you get to that, right? So it's like, I don't know. I think we need a third opinion on this. Why don't we bring in Vikings tight end TJ Hockenson and let's get his opinion on this chef robbery. Let's bring him up to date on what we're talking about over here on 4th and Neat.
It's TJ. How you doing? Good to see you.
Fantastic. Great to see you guys. How you been?
Oh, can't complain. I'm not sure. Do you know Fred? Have you met Fred before?
I don't know.
No,
Okay.
If so, it would have been at an after party at something.
Yeah, so Fred is a bourbon, the end all be all of all bourbon connoisseurs, written many books, a renowned author, and massive Minnesota Vikings fan too. So that's how we connected and became friends over football and bourbon and started this little podcast. But it's not your typical podcast, bud. We go down rabbit holes of just random crazy culture. So we're easy. So what we're talking about right now, a renowned chef from San Francisco. He had all these, he had a really popular Italian restaurant closed down. And so he decided instead of, working, to rob banks. And then he somehow subsequently was able to release a statement, after he got arrested to the media saying he thought it was a good idea, but it turned out to be a bad idea. But it was okay because he shouldn't really get that much punishment because he didn't intend to hurt anybody, and it was a BB gun, not a real gun. So there's the Cliff Note version. That's what we're on right now.
And by the way,
Makes
shout out to East Bay Times for the jailhouse interview.
The jailhouse interview. We're giving jailhouse interviews these days. This is awesome. So I guess my question would be you. So let's say all of a sudden you're done with football. Like, how long until you're robbing banks?
It might be a while.
Yeah, right. There's a few steps you could do before that.
Yeah, I really like, being around my family and kids. So I think being around a bunch of grown men in a jail cell wouldn't be too much fun.
Have you ever known a bank robber? You ever known?
I can't say that I have, to be honest with you. Heard of a lot.
I grew up with a dude.
I was about to say, I feel like that was a loaded question.
Yeah.
I feel like you probably know a bank robber.
I probably have met one at some point, but I just I don't know if I can recall them.
Yeah, this dude was he was like the valedictorian of my high school, like super smart, good looking athlete. I think he played college. He played a college sport and graduated with honors from college and was robbing banks and was like really good at it.
Well,
oh man,
did he get caught?
He got caught. He's, doing like 15, 20 years. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, at least he was good. How long did he rob banks before he got caught?
2-3 years, something like that.
That's a pretty solid bank robbing career.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Did you know while he was doing it, or
no one knew? Like this is like he was like a good church boy, and
really,
and it was like when someone talked to him, it was like, yeah, I was just bored with life, So
trying to outsmart the system.
Yeah, he needed a challenge, but instead of like doing something good, he went to robbing banks.
Depends. It depends.
resourceful, I guess.
Yeah, right. Test your skills. Test your skills. Put a plan in action and test it. What do you think the average career for a bank robber is, though?
I feel like 2 or 3 years is on the higher side, right?
Yeah,
it's got to be. That's got to be the equivalent of like 15 in the league.
Yeah.
That's a solid stretch.
Yeah,
I think after one, you're screwed usually.
There's also the other side. Like, okay, you're robbing banks. Are you part of a larger criminal syndicate that involves drugs or stealing cars?
Ooh. Yeah, was he?
No, this guy wasn't.
No, he was just pocketing the cash.
Yeah.
So that just brings you to the point. How? So obviously not a fan of stealing. I think you go out and work. But, let me play devil's advocate on this for a second. All that money's insured.
Yeah.
And I just watched the movie Sovereign, and you want to get down a weird rabbit hole. Oh my gosh. That has got to be, that's a whole nother episode. If anybody knows about sovereign citizens, please educate me, because that movie was a trip. But some things you're like, I can see that, right? What about the theory that banks hurt more people by lending out your money and actually don't give you your money? They're making money off your back, and it's all federally insured.
What a money market is, right?
Right.
They're just lending that money out to give you 5% or so.
So maybe that dude was just collecting his interest.
Yeah. You saw the photo, right, of what he stole? He stole like $85 at one bank.
It was like $17.
Yeah.
That wasn't even worth.
Oh man,
that wasn't even enough to pay sales tax on the next thing he was going to buy in San Francisco.
You know
what I mean?
Probably needs to go to a better bank.
Clearly. Well, probably not a lot of money in the tellers in San Francisco, right? I mean,
yeah. So,
again, and I know I'm totally generalizing the city because I'm sure there's some very wealthy parts of the city still. I don't know. I haven't lived there for years, but every time I've driven through there, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, there
doesn't look too rich, does it?
No, that's what I was saying. So he went to like the local bank, and they was like, "Bro, I got like $86." It was like,
it's all electronic now. They just don't have it there, huh?
did he tap? He was like, "Can you transfer this to my debit card, please?" Like, that's the next step. Here's my debit card. Can you please put all this money on my debit card?
Oh man! All right, switching gears.
Because he went to the next bank to redeposit the money.
That's how you got caught. Kidding. Switching gears. So, got a bit of a country music feud going on right now.
TJ, country music fan?
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, sorry.
Zach Bryan, is that what you're about to go to?
Yeah, Zach Bryan and Gavin Adcock are at each other's throats right now. And recently at a music festival in Pryor, Oklahoma, Zach climbed a fence to try and fight Gavin. Now, this feud is entirely over Gavin calling out Zach for how he treated a fan. But Gavin's got a history of this. He's also called out Beyonce. But Zach has had enough, and he's wanting to throw down. Here's the thing, though. Gavin was a college football player. He's like 270. He's a big boy. You know?
Yeah, but Zach was in the Navy. I don't know what he did in the Navy,
Look,
but he was a military guy.
I was in the Army. That doesn't scare me. So...
All I know is I saw him climb that fence with the barbed wire on top, and I thought that was pretty impressive.
Yeah. I mean, dumb. Everybody knows you got to throw a towel over the barbed wire. Like, everybody knows that, right? Take a shirt off, do something. But I will say...
caught up top.
I will say, though, like, I want to know, was that, like, just... You know how, like, you'll have two people arguing, right? Mm-hmm. And then once the bouncer steps in, then somebody's, like, flailing his arms, like, ready to fight. So, was Zach really was he really about it? Or was this one of those like, hey, you know what? I have to climb this fence, so that's going to give me some street cred to make it really look like I'm at it. But security was like waiting there. They're like, bro, we literally see you climbing the fence.
It's almost like when those two dogs are on the other side of the fence barking at each other, and once they pull it up, then it's like, what do we do now?
100%. And I didn't see Gavin like trying to, bum rush through security to get at him. This might be fake news just to get, his name out there.
Yeah. I mean, Gavin has gotten, he doesn't have a number one song, so he's a good, very, very good musician. But like all the attention about him has been about his beefs with other musicians.
So he's kind of a gaslighter,
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. I think that you just need to fight.
Who you taking?
Ooh, you said Gavin's 270. So you know what though? Here's my thing with big people. A lot of times big people have never been punched because they're big. People are afraid of them. Mm-hmm. So they don't know how to throw a punch and they've never been hit. So you don't know how they're going to react. But they're both Oklahoma boys. So what parts of Oklahoma are they from?
So Zach is from like the Tulsa area, and Gavin's actually from Georgia. But has a lot of Oklahoma ties. He's a farm boy too. So so Gavin's also a farm boy. So that kind of
well then I'm probably gonna have to go with the true country kid. I feel like Tulsa is a little bit more city vibes.
Yeah,
and maybe Zach wasn't truly growing up doing that. Now what is it? Shockey. I think Shockey's from like Ada, Oklahoma.
Oh, Shockey was crazy.
Yeah, those dudes. And he is like, I heard he's like a legendary street fighter in Oklahoma.
Yeah, he was.
That dude would
crazy.
Throw down with anybody, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah. Who you taking, TJ?
I'd probably have to take. Oh man, are they both sober? That's the question.
that's another. See, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I
didn't even think of that. Oh,
I don't know if Zach's going down without a fight if he's got some liquor in him, but if he's sober, I think I'm taking Gavin.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So I don't know if either one of them train. So my first question is like, Zach strikes me as a guy that is like just quietly like a purple belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
and so because he looks in shape, and the way he climbed the fence is like, that's a guy that knows how to navigate his hips on barbed wire. So that's
impressive.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like Zach can get to Gavin's back and choke him. That's
there
what I'm
you go.
thinking.
Yeah, you people forget about the chokeouts in street fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it goes to the ground game is the great equalizer.
Unless Gavin's on
Everything's
top.
a fair game.
Yeah, but then I don't know how much cardio has he done. Let him punch himself out. What if Zach plays the old rope-a-dope game and just covers up until he's exhausted?
Yep.
You know what they say? Fatigue makes a coward out of everybody. So
That's true.
I don't know if either of them have been doing much cardio.
Yeah, probably a good point. That'd probably be the world's shortest fight. They both probably throw like 2 punches and just be give me time out here.
There's gonna be some fist swinging at the beginning, though.
You know what'll really happen? It'll be their managers fighting.
Yeah. They'll never. It'll be like
Just be sitting there like slapping each
other.
Just the security guards. That's
My
funny.
suggestion to either one of them: the next time you really want to get back at them, the next time one of them sees the other one, try to sneak up behind them and give them a wedgie.
Ooh.
Just give them an old-fashioned wedgie. And you know what? I think score settled. Whoever pulls off the wedgie first wins the fight.
I like that.
That's when you just don't wear underwear. You just
Ripping jeans.
just ripping jeans.
Oh,
I
freaking
feel like TJ's telling us something about himself there, Jared.
Damn right.
He's like, man, I had a bad experience at junior high. Freaking underwear were gone after that. No more.
Straight free now.
They're
Straight.
pre-cutting the elastic.
Did anybody like go commando in games when you were playing, Jared, that you know of?
I know guys would go like just straight jock strap, but I mean, I was always like the compression shorts guy. I couldn't do the jock strap. To me, I was like, I don't know, it's weird.
It looks like a wedgie.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
Yeah.
jock strap.
Just a straight jock strap with like my butt cheeks up against my closet. That's to me. I was like, I need. Give me a little thigh compression. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't want the Disney rash.
Yeah, the Disney rash. This would be a bad deal. You've heard about that, TJ?
Right in between the legs.
It's kind of everywhere. It's like it's like vasculitis and dermatitis, like all like it's
bad news.
rashes. It's people that aren't used to walking, so their blood vessels are expanding. There's some infective chafing going on at Disney.
There's usually a lot of rubbing going on at Disney. Yeah, it's a lot of sweat and a lot of rub.
There's some rub. The Disney rub.
They're gonna start handing out like Vaseline and just lubing people's legs up before they come in.
You got Snow White right before the ride.
They're gonna have like what is that? Normatec? Is that what the leg compression thing is?
Yeah, the Normatex.
The Normatec. They're gonna have Normatec stations at Disney now where people have to stop and get their legs elevated, get some compression on them. God.
Yeah, they just need the fans coming up. That's what they need.
Oh, it's freaking ridiculous.
Straight from the ground.
All right, you want to get into sports, Jared?
Let's do it. I was at the game this weekend. Give us your 30-second Cliff Note version of how you thought it went. What you're optimistic about?
Yeah, well, first off, congrats, dude. That was awesome. I saw the highlights of you rolling in the stadium with I heard it when I was coming down the elevator. I heard the motorcycle rooming through the back tunnels or whatever, and I was like, that's sick. So congrats, dude. That was awesome.
Appreciate it.
The place was rocking. That was incredible. Right at the beginning, the place was electric. All the fans. It was so much. It's always so much fun to play in US Bank, and then to be around our fans was incredible. And then for our defense to obviously go down, just keep them to a field goal, and then us coming out. We had a tough start, and then we just couldn't get things rolling. But it's as an offense. But there's a lot of things that we can do better. There's, the thing about offense is you can really have 10 guys on the same page, and then if one guy is off, or we just leave one block, or we don't run the right motion or the right route or whatever it is, things can go sideways quick. And I think that's one thing. Everything optimistically, everything is in our control. I truly believe that. I don't think, Atlanta really did anything where it was like, man, we weren't ready for that. Whereas I think it was just us as an offense, just leaving things out there and not getting things rolling the way we really wanted to. And that's just, one guy doing something or, not all 11 on the same page.
Explain how important timing is on offense, right? Because defensively, we're trying to disrupt timing. Constantly, right. whether it's press coverage, whether we're blitzing, or whether we're trying to, we're pressing a guy vertical to disrupt, the flow of the offensive line's timing. So explain, how that is so much different than from a defensive standpoint, where we can be more in attack mode, where, offense really has to be this in sync unit where everybody's fluid, on the same page.
It's a fluid thing. Yeah. I think as, when you think about offense and you think about like run plays, just one example is, if it's an 18-19 outside zone kind of deal, you got to get guys up to the second level, but you don't want them to get up too quick because they can undercut with the back going outside, and that, Jared, but like you have a lot of spaces where you need to rock on the first level and then go up to the second and then get that guy, or if he flows over the top, now the running back has to cut back. There's so many things where you have to know the back's timing and how long it's going to take him to get out to the tight end. If it's outside zone, if it's inside zone, you got to see if the ball bounces. You got to take him where he wants to go and let it bounce. But when you talk about pass plays, the quarterback can be on 5-step, 7-step timing, and you've got to, play in the rhythm and timing of him. And when you guys are there and defensive linemen are there disrupting things or pushing a guy back or whatever it is, it screws up the quarterback's timing. It screws up our timing backers at the second level, trying to reroute. There's so many things. And when you're just off on a motion, on a fish or on a quick motion coming in, and it's just off by that, it screws up the entire kind of
the big chain reaction.
The entire projection of the route and how that all works within the timing of the defense. And if there's a stem that's too far inside, now the corner's coming in closer to you, and just in a zone defense, you got to be right there at the right time. QB's got to get it out in 3 steps. There's so much to it, and when that's just off by a click, sometimes that can really disrupt an offense.
I think that's a big thing. Is like they don't like a lot of the fans don't understand. Like they'll put it all on JJ, right? Or they put it all on, the offensive line didn't do this. When in reality, you might have two, like you said, you might have multiple blocking responsibilities in one play, right? Yeah. And so I think it's important for people to know, like, even if a game looks like it got lopsided sideways, some of the corrections are very easy, very minute, but those minute details make a massive difference, especially on the offensive side. Like you said, I mean, you're talking about a guy, and for those listening who don't understand what he's talking about, like if a wide receiver doesn't come full motion, let's say he stems in a few yards off the hash, right? But that changes then the placement of where the DB, and let's say the DB has inside leverage, and let's just say TJ has to run to the hook flat or something like that. Well, they might be trying to out leverage the outside backer, but now you brought in another guy, and God forbid if we're playing cover 2 on defense, now I got a corner that's sitting, right? So your spacing is off, and now his route, which could have been break at 4, break at 5, however many steps out, could totally change, right? Based on the coverage you see and that kind of stuff.
I mean, when you just talk about pivots and everything, you talk about cover 2 and you have a hook player really in the split or +2 of the hash, and then you have the corner. So really the landmark is 2 yards inside the numbers. You got to sit that down. Ball's got to be out. And if the corner kick, then you go to the corner on the top, And so where if you're late at all, then that guy can squeeze, and it's just the timing of it's off a little bit. And there's just so many minute things that we've got to figure out as an offense and just get really detailed, because that's a detailed offense is hard to cover. And when a defense is playing what they should be, then we try to attack those zones, and that's really key to it. But if you're off at all, then it's just tough. So that's just the corrections that we need to make, and we'll move forward.
Yeah, then get the defense to tackle just a little better. That dude, that dude looked like I don't want to mispronounce his name. I heard them saying like, is it Bijan or there's a totally
Robinson.
Yeah, I'm just calling him Robinson because I know he said like there's mispronunciations of his name. That dude looked like he was running hard, and defensively we missed a lot of tackles. I think we gave up like 228 yards. I say we like I'm a part of the team. I'm not a part of the team.
They'd probably take you though, Jared.
But I mean,
You're always part of the team,
you get him back behind the chains. I mean, you guys had some moments. I thought in the third quarter, started running the ball well. Like I said, and I tell people all the time, there was 2 throws that JJ had weren't bad throws, just slightly overthrow. And there's 14 points on the board right there. Right. Yeah. So it wasn't that far off. Talk about real quick. I know you've probably been asked a ton about it. Talk about the fourth quarter in the Bears game, and not so much about what happened, but the question I received most was, obviously what we thought of JJ and what we thought of Kevin. And what I picked up the most is how you guys responded, like not you guys as a team, the vets, right? So I don't really even know what he said or care what he said, but what is it about him? Because I know rookie quarterback goes and throws a pick 6 and we're on the road and he's coming over telling me, all right, give me the ball back. We're going to go get it. I'm like, man, sit your ass down. Like, you know what I mean? Let us take care. Let's grow a man and go to our defense.
Dude, that's the defensive mentality.
We need to score. We need to score, right? But what I saw, he was going up talking to everybody, offensive line, Justin Jefferson, he was talking to defensive line, and you guys had his back, like without a doubt. So for me, it looked like it appears there's a lot of respect for him on the team. So what are the characteristics about him that really show he's kind of, he's earned your guys' trust?
Yeah, I mean, he's got that, we'll always have his back because, we've been through stuff with him. I mean, even in 2 games, but like going back through camp, I mean, there's days and there's times where, maybe things don't go our way, but then we flip it. And throughout the entire game, this last Sunday, we were like, oh, we're good. We got this. And we always felt like that. And obviously it just didn't turn around for us. But, then when you talk about the Bears game, I mean, he came to the sideline and he was like, hey, we're good. Don't give up on me. We got this, and that's huge coming from obviously a rookie quarterback. But then, us on offense, we're like, hey, we got you, dude. Like, just trust us, trust the timing, trust everything, and we're good. We got it. We'll get this rolling, and obviously it did in the fourth quarter. We started making some plays. We started making, everything just started clicking, and that's what can happen on offense. And a flick of a wrist is just like, things can start going your way. Momentum starts going your way, and our defense has been balling the last couple of weeks. They've been putting us in good positions, and even when we put them in bad ones, they'll hold them to a field goal or whatever it is, and that's huge for us as an offense as well, and I mean, just going back to the fourth quarter, I mean, we obviously get that touchdown to Aaron Jones. We get a 2-point conversion to Adam Thielen, and then JJ runs it in for a touchdown. There's just there's so many good things, and just one play can spark an offense like that. So,
I mean, like I said, I thought in the third quarter of the Falcons game, was that Naylor? I think he's number 1, right? Yeah. He was running. I mean, that's 7 right there, right? And that mine was it you or JJ or Justin Jefferson that got overthrown on like there was like, I don't even know what north end zone or north south end zone, but there was one that was close down there. I think we ended up settling for a field goal on there.
JJ.
But it's always close, right? It's always close. So that's the fun part. I think that's what keeps us optimistic as fans. More importantly, how's the body feel? I know you came off of injury last year. How you doing? Everything feels good this year?
Yeah, body feels great. Just trying to keep, we got 17 of these. It's a long season, and it's really a marathon, it's not a sprint. So one game you obviously can't get down. You can't get, overanalyze. You just got to move on to the next one. You know how it is. It's a long season, and there's so many ebbs and flows in this. And, I know fans, we can get high, we can get low, and just as a team and as an offense and as an organization, we got to stay steady, and that's really what the goal is. And I mean, my body's feeling great. Just trying to do things that were asked of us, and just do our jobs, and we'll keep it rolling.
Well, you're 1-1, and the season's still very much in play. I know JJ is going to be out for a couple of weeks. I think they just announced something like that. But I mean, there's high hopes here on this team, but I think it's also like you can see you all are playing hard and you're playing for each other, and that's everything, I think.
Yeah.
Who gets the JJ moniker? Does JJ McCarthy get it, or does Justin Jefferson get it?
Jets now. It's Jets now. So
Jets now. So Justin Jefferson is Jets now.
Yeah,
I feel like
Jets,
that's
Jets was like, "Hey, don't call me JJ no more. It's Jets." And I was like, "All right, cool. I like
he
it."
changed his own nickname.
Yeah,
he gave himself. That's a special type of individual.
Well, it's always kind of been Jets, but like, yeah, I mean, we'll give it to him.
He's good.
100%.
I was gonna say he can
he's
himself whatever he wants.
He can do whatever he wants
to call himself. He can call himself.
Vikings always getting those
100%.
receivers, man. Always getting
that takes a special person to be able to give yourself a nickname, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, that works." Like, yeah, we're
100%. I mean, one of the best wide receivers that's going to play this game when it's all said and done, and I mean, the things that he's done in his career has been incredible, and just being able to be alongside of him and you know, helping him in different ways, and you know, him making plays is so much fun.
Right, so tell me if this statement holds water. I got asked the other day, and I said the key to the Vikings' victory is run the ball 30 times a game, throw the ball 10 times a game to you and the rest to JJ or Jets. Sorry, to Jets.
Yeah.
Does that statement hold water?
Yeah, I mean, I like
it. That's a good game plan, right? KO, you heard it.
I like it.
Heard it right here, KO.
There you go.
So Jared's going to be a head coach one day now.
That's too many hours. That's too many hours. I'd be like, guys,
they put a lot in, man.
Go win.
So
that's
switching from the Vikings for a second, but staying in the NFL, it's not really. We're going to go to the Indianapolis Colts, one of the surprise teams of the year. But it's going all over the place that Carly Ursay Gordon, the new owner, Jim's daughter, is on the sideline now taking notes in watching the game and taking notes and kind of like trying to understand the game and give feedback and everything. How would you feel if the owner was on the sideline like that, Jared?
I mean, you're the owner. You listen, I'm never going to bite the hand that feeds me. Now, if they're like taking notes and then I'm getting like, you know, I'm getting like a corporate email in the morning like with like bullet points of what I may have did right or wrong, I'm like, oh crap. But at the end of the day, you know what? You sign the checks. I guess you get to do whatever the heck you want to do. But I get curious, is she taking notes to improve her knowledge of the game? Or is it like I'm down there as an overseer and I want you to feel my presence because you're going to get fired if you don't perform?
Well,
so
the pitch right now is that it is the knowledge of the game and to get better to understand the game.
Hey, you know what?
That's
you got to love anybody that is willing to, wants to know how the organization runs from top to bottom. And so, yeah, I think as long as it's not, stepping on the coach's toes and stepping on over the players. But again, at the end of the day, you own the team.
But I think as fans,
do whatever you want. You want your own spot. You want your own headset. You get it. You get your own headset.
We're just like, is this the first step before becoming Jerry Jones? You know what I mean? And then,
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if they want to win more Super Bowls, I wouldn't follow everything Dallas has done as of late. You know what I mean?
Now, TJ, you're an active player, so I would not put you in that position.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
no, like Jared said, he can do whatever he wants. It's the owner, man. They can always do whatever they want. They're welcome to come talk to me.
Mark, come down and tell TJ, hey, I'm going to need you to cut that route down the yard.
I will do it.
Absolutely.
I will do it.
Yes, sir. Right.
I will say this. So I don't know if Ziggy still does this or Mark or any of them, but when I first got there, Ziggy used to come out to training camp and stuff, right? And he would go out and catch punts, and Brad would be like, "All right, if Ziggy catches this punt, maybe there's no practice tomorrow or something." But he would go out there after practices and catch balls, catch punts, and all sorts of stuff. It was the best. So
that's awesome. They're incredible. I mean, I love that they've done nothing but great things here. And yeah, I mean, they're at training camp all the time. They're always at games. It's awesome to see them just being active in what we're doing. So we always love that.
It looks like
they generally care for sure.
Yeah.
And it looks like the tides are turning for the Chiefs. 0-2, Jared.
Yeah, you know what? So I say all the time, like, I'm a big fight fan, right? And I'll never forget when Rich Franklin knocked out Chuck Liddell, right? And I love Chuck. But what happened, and then all of a sudden he lost a couple fights. And what happens is I think people lost that fear factor. What Philly did to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl kind of gave people a blueprint of like, all right, you know what? Let's stop focusing on trying to stop Mahomes and let's just take away his weapons, right? So I think, you know, and let's be honest, the NFL, the coaches are smart, players are smart, are athletic. And so everybody is, you know, if you're at the top, you're constantly trying to figure out how they're going to get to the top. So, I mean, I think it's 8 or 9 straight AFC title games or division, you know, whatever it is, however many Super Bowls in the last few years, you know, whatever the statistics are, I mean, they've been at the top of it for so long and it's hard to stay there. But I also think they lost some of that stinger. They lost some of that fear factor after that Super Bowl. And, you know, now people are coming at them full tilt and they're going to have to respond. And I mean, again, they lost a couple close ones and, you know, like you said, it's a long season. I don't anticipate them, you know, losing many more. They'll probably finish towards the top of the pack. But I tell you what, that's what makes the NFL fun right now, right? Whenever you got, you know, these kind of battles like that for that top spot. I mean, you look at the North. I mean, the North is killer between the Vikings, what Green Bay did, Lions bounced back. And, you know, I think the Bears are an improved team, but, you know, the NFL's leveling out and that's what makes it fun.
All right. So what you're saying is Patrick Mahomes won't be robbing banks anytime soon.
Well, I mean, they gave him $500 million. If he does, then he's in it for the thrills. You know what I mean? Which is a whole other issue.
Yeah. Now, TJ, you're an Iowa boy. Are you a wrestling fan?
Yeah.
Did you go to many of the duels there at the Carver Hawkeye?
Oh yeah, I went to a few of them. Yeah, they're a blast. I mean, you know, it's such a historic wrestling program there, so it's tough not to go. And when we would always dorm with them. So
nice.
Yeah, we were in the same dorm room, so we did a couple of their workouts. They were a little nuts though. Yeah. We were running stairs at Carver Hawkeye, and I was like, "What is going on?" They were piggybacking people, and we're like, "I'm just running them." I'm like, "I'm not piggybacking anybody," but. Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Do you remember a wrestler named Real Woods? So he's an Iowa wrestler, former Iowa wrestler. He just took third at the World Championships. Just concluded today, as we are recording this. We had 3 Americans take gold, 1 take silver, and Real took third, and we were basically second place. We're in second to Iran, who won the world title. But for us to take second at the world championships in wrestling is huge.
That's massive.
That is huge. Yeah. I was good buddies with Spencer Lee when I was there, and so
he got unfortunately. You know, we were expecting Spencer to win gold, and he lost. He lost in the, I think, quarterfinals, and yeah.
I mean, a couple ACLs out. That's tough. I mean, he's a baller for that. I mean, he's just a few years ago when he was wrestling in the championship without 2 ACLs and ends up winning it. It's nuts.
Yeah,
ACLs are overrated. That's just this. How does a country like Iran have like a dominant wrestling program?
It is their culture. That is their.
Is it historical? Been a lot of wrestling there.
Yeah, Iran is like so in the current landscape of wrestling, it's Iran is the best country in the world. Then you've got, you know, Russia. They have been broken up because of they're not allowed to compete as Russia, so they have to compete under different countries, and they've spread all out. Then you've had right now Japan's really good. You know, we're up there. Turkey is traditionally good. And the stands like Kazakhstan, you know, those kinds of countries are always really good. But it's Cuba is really good in Greco, especially. But Iran is just, that's their culture, man. They've always been really big into wrestling. And,
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Well, and now us, we're second.
Yeah, one of the big points is at 86 kilos. This guy, Zahid Valencia, who trains at the Cowboy RTC Regional Training Center at Oklahoma State, he won the entire tournament without anybody scoring a point on him.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
So do you think he's been working with Zach Bryan? Because I mean that could really affect my stance on who's going to win the fight.
I know Zach.
Him and what was the other guy's name? Gage.
Gavin. We've already forgot his name.
Gage sounded cool. I just went with it. I was just like, let's call this dude Gage for now.
You know, I can see Zach Bryan training with David Taylor and them at Oklahoma State. I could see that.
Get this? Can we somehow? Actually, I have a connection to Zach Bryan. One of my buddies, he runs our foundation, who was a wrestler, fought in the UFC. His cousin is over at Warner Records, and I think Zach is still with Warner Records. If I know, so maybe we can get this arranged somehow for charity, right? Let's get a wrestling match.
Oh, I like it.
Maybe they could kick this off at the Pro Wrestling League now.
Oh yeah, the Real American Freestyle. I can
Real
see
American
about
Freestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just get these dudes in singlets and let's get after it. For some headgear.
You get this on Netflix, and that's going to be a lot of money for charity.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on. All right, Zach, Gavin. You know what? Let's get this going. You guys can each train with. You each get one wrestler to train with. Let's give them how many weeks? Let's give them 3 weeks to train. I mean, I feel like you can learn
that
an
would
ankle
be
pick,
one
a high crotch, and a fireman's carry in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
No ride time. Ride time doesn't matter. I don't want any boring crap. I want takedowns.
Oh man,
and
they're both going to look real bad if I only get 3 weeks. They're going to look bad.
Oh, we got to make this happen. We got to make this happen.
Let's do it. Let's get on. We'll get I'll reach out to Real American Freestyle about getting this bout going. And
any sphere of influence you have, we need full court press. I know you got the Bengals coming in, TJ, but this is going to take precedent, my friend. This is going to take precedent. Another thing we like to do on our show, TJ, just in case you didn't know, I know this is probably more random football and stuff you've ever talked about, is we like to talk hair.
Yeah.
We definitely like to talk hair. Mm-hmm. So I see you got a little man bun going on back there right now.
Oh yeah, there is one.
I have strong feelings about man buns. But your beard makes me takes away from the.
No, you can't. So you can't put it up in the back and not have anything going on the front.
Yeah, your freaking dad's awesome. So I can't really hate on you for the man bun. You know what I mean? Do you ever let the man bun go out and do your wave with your hair, or you thought about going?
Well, I mean, I have, but my hair is really thick and curly, so in the mornings I just got to put it up, otherwise I'm looking like an afro. So before games I got to take a shower for it to go down, and then
you got to let that rock one day. Just let it rock all natural. What does your dad think about the man bun? Let's get to the real serious topics here.
Well, all of my my whole family really. Both my brothers have them, and so we all got them rolling. But it's not a traditional man bun. We're hard workers around here. So
well, here on 4th and Neat, we celebrate.
We're gonna have categories of man buns,
right?
Bro,
yeah, I like that.
Man bun. That's the bougie man bun over here. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not high and tight, it's a little loose back here.
So you can pull it off. You can pull it off to keep some shade on your neck. I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Put a hat on backward,
So I feel like this is a show that celebrates the man bun's counterpart in the mullet.
Yeah, we got to get TJ to trim the sides just a little bit, clean up around the ears, bud. Then you don't have
that's
that
George's look. I don't need the George Kittle look.
Then you don't have it now. You just got this. You got this. Because he's got the sides completely shaved. I think he's got.
Yeah, then he's got the top up.
Yeah, he's got the 1990s. I don't even know what that is called. That's like a ponytail deal. That was big in the 90s.
The samurai. I don't know.
Yeah, and you could tuck it up and then under your hat and look all professional. You know what I mean?
So basically, what I heard there though is that you're looking at other people at your position and their hairstyles and making your decision on how you look on Kittle.
Yeah.
No, I'm just all natural. I don't need to be going to the barber every week and getting this thing trimmed up.
All right, so who's got the best mullet, though, in the NFL? You got any nominations?
The best mullet in the NFL, man. I mean, give me some options. Who's out there? I don't even know. I can't think
I'm
of the top
thinking
of my
that too.
head.
That's strong. The only reason I know this because it's in our show notes.
Yeah, you got a defensive tackle out of San Francisco, Eric Armstead. He's been around a while. He's got a mullet.
Yeah.
You got a tight end. So, Robbie Oates. I don't really know him. So,
I feel like I need to Google these.
Does Tucker have a mullet? Tucker Kraft? I feel like he's got something going too.
And then I think the number one mullet. Boy, I lost it. Who's the guy that you were finding to be the best mullet, Jared?
Who was I? Who was that? No, I said, who did I go with? I think I went with a fake person, didn't I, last show?
No, well,
you mean best mullet of all time?
No, best mullet in the NFL currently.
I don't think did we even, that's how bad my memory is. Who did I say last show?
All right. It's Sky and his name.
There's Tate Rutledge.
Tate Rutledge, and his name follows suit of having a great, he has a great mullet name too.
So the most prominent, I just literally Googled NFL mullets 2025, right? And
Yep.
Tate Rutledge was the top. I thought we were talking about Tug Buck.
Our boy Jack Stoll used to have one.
But also,
that was pretty good. I don't know if he's still got it.
This guy's an offensive lineman, so I don't know how you feel about that, Jared. You hate offensive linemen.
Oh, I see. I'm looking at the Rutledge. Oh yeah, that's grimy with the mustache too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
listen, I'm for it. If you're rocking a mullet, I'm for it. Whether you're O line or D line. Who had a little mullet starting was Quasi. Yeah. Quasi a little high and tight right here with just a little extra length right behind the ears. And I told him, I was like, okay, all right, I see where you're at, bud.
He's got the stash going. It looks pretty money right now.
This is the problem. I gotta for me to get an accurate judge of this, Fred, I need to see side-by-side pictures.
All right, we'll get you equipped next time for some side-by-sides.
Let me pull it up real quick. What was
you gotta look up if you're on Google right now. You gotta look up Jack Stoll when he was at Nebraska. That was insane.
Jack Stoll.
I'd say all right. So you've got the Ratledge guy.
Oh yeah,
Robbie Alts.
All right, let me see Robbie. Let me pull up Robbie.
And then Eric Armstead.
Well, how do you spell what's Robbie's? How do you spell his last name?
Ouzts.
Ouzts. You know what? I don't want Google. Whatever, we'll go Google. Oh, he plays for Seattle. No, he plays for New Orleans now,
Yeah,
right?
he's a New Orleans guy.
Yeah, I'm not even actually seeing he has long hair right now.
Oh.
He cut it?
He cut it. He might have cut it when he went to New Orleans. And then we got, so he's eliminated. So then we have Eric Armstead. ARIKARMSTEAD.
What'd you say? ARIK?
ARIK.
Yeah, Eric Armstead. There we go. Oh, yeah, I know Armstead. Wait, he has a mullet now? I'm not seeing it.
All right, so then
that's the D tackle that played for the Jacksonville Jaguars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do honestly. What's his name, dude? I mean, because he literally, if you put NFL mullet 2025, Tate, what's his name? Tate?
Ratledge.
Rutledge, Tate Rutledge.
Ratledge, like
Let's
the
just
rat.
make some names up for these people. Tate Ratledge pops up. Dude's still banging. He's the only one when I Google that I'm seeing like actively rocking it with a dirty stash too. You got to explain that, TJ. I must be older. Like I'm a beard guy, but what's with like a Tom Selleck had a well manicured mustache.
Yeah.
What's with like the just grimy, sparse mustaches today? Is that just a thing?
You know, it's
Standard pop culture.
We're just grinders now, I guess. You know, man, we don't like cleaning it up as much. I don't know.
Do you guys at least
Tom Selleck had the thickest mustache ever. That dude was using Just for Men or whatever. He was putting Propecia Rogaine just on his upper lip. He was crushing it.
You know what?
I'm going for best NFL mullet right now. I'm going with Tate Rutledge. If that's not your name, I apologize because Tate Rutledge just sounds cooler than whatever.
Yeah, he's also a rookie, so
Oh, he's a rookie, then he can't win anything. I vote for the Boz.
All right, so switching gears here, our final topic is bourbon. TJ, do you like bourbon?
I do like bourbon.
Oh, okay. Jared's got a bourbon coming out. You know about that?
Oh, do you?
I do. Yeah, we were giving it out as gifts up at to some of the suite holders at the game on Sunday. So I'll definitely get you a bottle.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Don't drink it before the game, though.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah.
teach their own. Teach their own.
Yeah. That might be an off-season thing.
So, CJ, did he have a concussion? No, he was drinking earlier. He was drinking today. So you have to start giving. I bet back in the day, like North Dallas 40 style, they probably were like, hey, it was either a breathalyzer or a concussion test. It was like either or.
You guys were smoking cigs and drinking in the middle of halftime.
Dude, I had an ashtray in my locker when I first got drafted to Kansas City. Just sitting
That's
there,
incredible.
I wish I smoked just because I could sit there. Imagine full pads coming in at halftime. You're hella hot and thirsty and just lighting up a smoke, just like, all right, coach, put your ashtray down. All right, here's the deal. We got to press the 5. We got to hit a hard end, just blowing smoke out in your face. Like,
yeah, I might be gassed going into the second half rather than gas.
But there was no cocaine.
No, they were just tougher human beings than us. Tougher human beings back then.
True.
All right, so TJ, when it comes to marketing alcohol, and Jared's going to learn this very quickly, there's a lot of rules.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that you can't do, and it's governed by something that's called the Code of Responsibility by the Distilled Spirits Council. And they essentially... the Distilled Spirits Industry Council basically dictates what people can do with marketing alcohol, and they just issued in their code, which is basically what the federal government uses to manage and police alcohol marketing. They just said that a college campus the college stadiums cannot have naming rights that's associated with the spirits brand. So if Jack Daniels wanted to come in and have rights to Idaho State's stadium or Iowa Stadium, they can't do it.
But we could be like Prozac Stadium. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that you can do that? We can push pills, but heaven forbid a company wants to spend some money on college athletics.
Or Amway. You remember Amway? The pyramid scheme?
Yep. Yeah.
I think as long as you put drink responsibly underneath, it'll be all right.
Yeah. They're they will.
What's the basis on this though, Fred? What is it? Is it because of tax revenue, or is it are they trying to not market to that? Is when they cut, being able to advertise for cigarettes.
The argument is that there's kids in the audience, there's kids watching at home, and they don't see it on a menu when their family's at Chili's or Applebee's. I don't know. It absolutely perplexes me because the alcohol industry is they have naming rights to music festivals. They're at music festivals all the time. There's kids there. There's no. I don't understand this at all.
Well, I think it's probably over-regulation, and my point is that you have to be consistent. For regulation, in my opinion, to make sense, it has to be consistent across the board for something that okay, I get that, right? Like a common sense deal. So if it's not a clear ban across anything that could have underage kids, I get it. If they were to say you can only have naming rights or advertising rights at venues that only require 21 and older, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But like you said, they're still running alcohol commercials on TV. So,
which, by the way, was banned until 1996. So all of this has been in an effort to prevent another prohibition. And so I guess in their data, they have been, they've marked sporting events as a problem. So whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah.
If they want to spend their money, they should be able to spend their money,
I agree. And I just think it's, like you said, it's not consistent, but at any rate.
So the Budweiser Clydesdales didn't come out till 1996, huh?
Well, no. So
the commercials.
So
just
beer. Beer gets regulated
Beer's
different. Gets regulated different than spirits. So
So why is that? This is the same thing, right?
It is. It should be, but the government looks at them differently, and they look at wine as like even more fancy. So if you are a whiskey brand, you have like all of these. You're basically walking into the marketing place with half the country thinking you're the devil. So
yeah.
So
I got that going for me, which is nice.
Good luck, Jared.
But I just kind of like, I feel like the spirits industry is being very short-sighted on this one. I think it could be college bowl games, for example, like the Rose Bowl, have deep bourbon sponsorships and things like from Four Roses, and you see like in baseball, Jim Beam owns sections of the field at Wrigley Field. Like I mean, if this is an early attempt to take out alcohol or spirits and marketing at sporting events, and I think that's a slippery slope.
Yeah, because where does it end, right? Like I said, I think everything has to be consistent, and you got to give a why. I mean, if there's no real clear why, you just hide behind the adage of, well, somebody underage might see it. Well, that's on every billboard, that's on every TV ad, that's on, like you said, every restaurant. At some point, it's up to parents to parent and teach their kids values of what's right and wrong, and people to monitor. But again, I'm all for protecting people and, trying to do the right thing and not jamming things down people's faces. But if you're going to say you can't have spirits, then, I might be, don't misquote, or I might be misquoting it, but my facts might be slightly off. But I think if we are not one of the only, or we're only a few of countries that allow pharmaceutical marketing, commercials.
Oh yeah, that's
a lot of countries don't allow pharmaceutical marketing. I don't want to say we're the only one that does it because I don't know that that's 100% accurate, but I do know we're one of the few. So it's like, is it a tax thing? Like, let's just be honest. Like, hey, we're not getting enough tax revenue from this, so we're going to start pushing that aside or something. You know what I mean? Because, and then I just found out too that all the new like THC beverages, you don't even have to go through a distributor on that.
No,
that's straight to direct to consumer and via your own backyard.
Yeah,
just pedal that at the end of my driveway if I want to.
Whereas alcohol gets much more regulated.
So. Yeah, which is crazy. So,
yeah, TJ didn't know what he signed up for. I tried
to warn you. I was like, we don't talk a lot of football here.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, it's being an alcohol guy. That's my background. So it's something we got to talk about, and that's just the THC drinks. Like, I'm just learning about them and getting to know them a little bit, and that is absolutely a fascinating category to me. Do you all get? Do they get tested for THC and stuff? Like, could he have one of those?
we used to. I don't know now. I think the leagues stand.
Yeah, we get tested. Exchange. We get tested once a year. We got a 2-week span.
But isn't it? So. But it didn't. Aren't the league rules more lenient now on marijuana?
I think so. Yeah. We get tested for like PES, which is street drugs and stuff, and then performance enhancing substances and all that. But THC, we get tested, I think, within 2 weeks of reporting to camp. So we get just tested once a year for that. So it's more lenient for sure.
I love it. And then I love how they're like, hey, we're going to test it. We're going to tell you the exact date we're going to test you on it.
Yeah.
Go do whatever you
They do
want.
let
And
us
here's
do
an
that,
extra
yeah.
pee bag in case you're hot.
Just in case you messed the first one up, use this one for your second.
Yeah.
Oh, well, TJ, thanks for coming on, man. What a real
appreciate you
pleasure
guys.
getting to chat with you here a little bit. And Jared, he's every bit as advertised as you said he would be. So,
Oh, he's great. And TJ, if you need anything from bourbon, I'll get you
Well,
in touch with Fred.
I'm gonna need one of your new ones.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
Yeah.
And let me warn you in advance: drinking bourbon with Fred, tasting bourbon with Fred will ruin you because he will introduce you to some of the stuff that is the most delicious, fine stuff on the year that you can't get anywhere. Can't get anywhere. Like
can't
again,
wait.
I forever ruined. My first time having scotch, he gave me an 82-year-old scotch. And I'm just like, I'm ruined. So now that's my
Yeah.
standard. So if you
Yeah.
want your standard to be set really high, Fred, your man.
Let's do it. I'm in. I'm in.
well,
I appreciate you guys having me for real.
absolutely. And, everyone go follow TJ. Tell people how they can find you on social media and harass you about their fantasy team.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yes.
I think I'm good.
Yes.
You guys keep doing your thing. Keep cheering on the Vikings. Keep showing up to the games.
Absolutely cool. Leave
They
me
do
alone.
harass him.
Yeah.
You can see the PTSD in his eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want that heat. You
No.
my name out
The
your mouth,
Venmo
Fred.
already gets too many requests.
Well, this is the second episode of Fourth and Need, everyone. Make sure you like and subscribe, tell a friend, and go Vikings.
Yes,
Skull.
goal.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.